of Baker with my dog, and I saw across the street on like Jeffrey Drive in Baker, that little neighborhood, this like a woman and 3 kids. She had one kid kind of like under her arm, and he had something over his head. I think he was the one screaming, "Call 911." And then the 2 older kids were like huddled with her, kind of. And then this guy was walking, or like I guess kind of running after him, and grabbing him. And then the kids are still screaming, and then before I know it, the older one's just like beating the hell out of the guy to get him off of them, because he was grabbing them.
Okay.
But he wasn't just, whatever. And then he was in the bushes, and when he got up, his head was bleeding, and he was stumbling. But I don't know if he was stumbling because he got hit really hard or because he was drinking. I don't know. But he couldn't walk.
Okay.
And then they were walking pretty quickly down Baker towards Bristol. And then I thought they turned into, like, the condos right there, but it might have been the 7-Eleven. It's too far for me to, like, really see where they turned into. And then he started walking after him. And he was, like, wait.
Okay. So you were walking towards Fairview, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was walking in the opposite direction, across the street.
Okay.
But obviously I called because this kid was, like, screaming.
Okay, and then you said you saw a woman and 3 kids?
Yeah.
And then,
it was 3 kids.
And 2 males?
No, one guy following them.
Okay.
I don't know if that was like the dad or whatever. The little kid that she had under her arm, kind of, had something over his head, and so I didn't know if he was like injured or something, and that's why he was screaming to call 911. Like, it looked really weird.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, I'm just going to get a quick description of each of them. If you can remember to the best of your ability, alright? So the woman,
she had a jacket and a hood on, so I couldn't see her.
Okay, can you describe maybe her age, approximately?
No, I didn't see her face.
Okay, how about a height?
The kids were, height, probably like 5'5".
5'5". Did you see her hair?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Did you see what she was wearing?
It was like a black hoodie, I think. Black and white jacket with jeans.
With jeans.
The kids were hugging her, so I couldn't really see her that well.
Okay, and then, so the woman she was with, how old was,
The younger one could have been like 9 or 10.
And is that a male or a female?
A boy, I think, yeah. And then, I couldn't really see the other kid. And then the one that was, like, that got the guy off of them, was maximum 15. She had long hair, but it could have also been a boy with long hair.
Okay. Let's start with the young boy that's 9 to 10 years old. Did you see?
No, he had something over his head, so I couldn't really see him. It looked like a beanie, like a red beanie.
Okay. Could you tell?
And then he had a gray sweatshirt on.
Okay. Could you tell how tall he was?
It was under her arm. Like, his head was, like, at her shoulder. Like, under her armpit, kind of,
Okay.
How tall that is.
Let me see. You said 9 to 10. And then gray sweatshirt, red beanie. Could you tell what color pants he was wearing?
Black, I believe. He had a really long gray sweatshirt on. Like, probably one of his siblings.
Okay. Okay. And then also with the woman and the boy was it another?
2 other kids.
Okay, and what were they? Was it another male, female?
I think another male, and then the other one looked like a female, but it could have been a boy with long hair, because the hair was, like, a little bit past the shoulder.
Okay, let's start with just pick one of the other boys, not the one with long hair.
The other boy I couldn't see.
At all?
He was on the other side of the mom.
Any age approximation or anything?
I don't even know what he was wearing.
Okay. So no description on that? No, not how old or anything?
No,
okay.
But short, too.
Alright, and then the possible female?
Long, yellow sweatshirt on. I don't know what pants she was wearing.
Do you know how old?
Maximum, like, 15. She's a little bit taller than the mom.
A little taller, so how tall? Like 5'5", 5'7"?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay. Okay. Did you see what
It
color
was
hair?
like across the street, so it was kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, no problem. Did you see what color hair?
Blondish, blonde brown.
Okay. And did you see what was she wearing anything on her head?
No.
What color top was she wearing?
She just had a yellow sweatshirt on. A big one.
Okay. And pants?
I don't know.
Not sure? Okay. Okay. And then...
But she had her phone out at one point, so I didn't know why she wasn't calling 911.
Okay. And was anybody else with that group?
The guy.
Just the guy that was... Okay. The guy that was bleeding?
Yeah.
Okay. And can you describe him to me?
Yeah. White.
How old?
40s. Early 40s. Black hair. Probably like 5'9". 5'10".
Okay. Did you... What ethnicity? Was he white, black, Asian?
No, he's white.
Did you see what he's wearing?
Yeah, he had blue shorts on, kind of like a black windbreaker looking zip up, and gray shoes.
Gray shoes. Okay. So just breaking it down. You were walking towards Fairview. As you were walking, you saw this group of people being chased by the man.
Yeah, so he was like grabbing them, and then they're screaming. So before I know it...
Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
The one in the yellow, like, hit him to get him off of them.
Okay.
And then they got away, because he was, like, on the ground, like, he couldn't get up. And then when he tried to get up, he was, like, stumbling everywhere, but I don't know. I looked up right when they were screaming, call 911, so I didn't see him stumbling beforehand, so I don't know.
So the one in the yellow, that's the female, the younger female?
Yeah.
Or, not, yeah, so about 15-year-old
The
female.
15-year-old.
And did you see how many times she hit him?
No. He was holding, when he stood up though, he was holding a sandal, so I don't know if she hit him with that or if he just found it in the bush. I don't really know, but he stood up with it.
Did you see where she hit him?
On the head.
Did you see if it was open fist or closed fist?
No.
Okay. Alright.
Because it was like definitely he was trying to grab all of them at once, and they kept like, trying to get away, and then she just pushed them down.
Okay. And then, did they say anything as they were running away?
No. That's why it was kind of weird.
And then...
They were like slow. They weren't like running, I thought that, to me, you'd run.
They were not running?
They were not running.
Okay.
And the mom was trying to calm the younger one down that she had under her arm.
Which one was that? That was the 9 to 10
With the red hat,
yeah.
or like the beanie on, I couldn't see his face.
Okay.
But he was the one screaming, call 911.
Okay. And did you see any weapons?
No.
Would you be able to identify these people?
The guy, yeah. The other ones, no.
Okay. So they ran away. What did you do next after they were running away and the man was on the ground?
I called when I was on the phone with 911, I was on the phone with 911 the whole time. And then they said that another lady had eyesight on him. So, because I didn't know where he went.
Okay. Did you see him? Where'd you see him walk? Which direction?
Towards them, towards Bristol. But I don't know if he turned into the neighborhood like I thought they did, or if he turned to 7-Eleven.
Okay.
So then I just walked home. But there are like a bunch of people out on the corner.
Okay. And so you witnessed the fight, correct? You saw the girl in the yellow punching?
Oh, so I saw her get him off of them.
Okay.
He was, like, really trying to grab him.
Okay. Girl in the yellow. Sure.
That older guy?
No, it was sorry, give me just 1 second. She said it was a 15-year-old female.
15-year-old female what?
That was getting that man off of the family.
What was the man?
He was grabbing them.
Oh. Grabbing them.
So before the female in the yellow got him off of the group, who was the man grabbing?
That was the same guy. It was like the dad or whatever. He was grabbing them, so then she tried to get him off. And
who specifically was he grabbing?
There's only one guy.
Who was he?
Yeah, but who was the man grabbing?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know these people at all. I was just walking down the street.
Yeah. No, I appreciate all this information. Okay. Can I get some additional information from you? Just about yourself. Can I get your date of birth?
June 2nd, 94.
Okay. Do you know your driver's license number?
No.
Do you happen to have it on you?
Let me see. Hold on.
Where was she when she was talking?
It's F1 363263.
Can you say that one more time?
F1 363263.
Okay. And then approximately how far away were you when you saw this happen?
Across the street. So, it's like a 4-lane.
So she was on the south side of Baker?
So you were on the south side of Baker, opposite side of 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were right outside the fire department station there.
Okay. Got it.
Did she see anybody punching each other?
And so did you witness any punches being thrown or kicks?
To be honest, after I saw the guy go down, I just kind of looked at the kid that was screaming, call 911.
Okay. So you couldn't tell if the person in the yellow was throwing punches or just pushing or anything?
No, I couldn't tell.
Okay.
I mean, he was bleeding. I'm assuming something happened, but
And where was he bleeding from?
his head.
Where? Heads of Baker.
Could you see where from his head he was bleeding?
Like, by his hairline.
Do you know what side of the head?
I think if I was looking, I think it was the right.
So like if you are the person, it'd be his right eye?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, because I was looking at him as on my left, so it's right.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, like, she was totally just trying to get him to stop grabbing them.
So we went down the list and had her describe it for me. Yeah. She said that they were walking that money.
That they were walking towards Bristol. She was walking towards Fairview. The guy... Sorry, give me just 1 second. The guy was grabbing the group. You can identify necessarily who he was grabbing. The girl in the yellow tried getting him off. She originally said that she punched him, but she couldn't tell how many times. And then the guy went to the ground and he was bleeding. They continued towards Bristol, and she said she couldn't tell whether they turned into the apartment building or the 7-Eleven. And then there was a ton of witnesses and a lot of people out there, and she went home.
Did you see where they went?
She just said that they might have went into the apartment complex or into 7-Eleven.
Ask her if he was bleeding. Was he? She saw him fall down to the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did she say how he fell down? Did somebody push her?
Pushed, yeah.
Who pushed him?
The girl in the yellow.
Oh. Before he went down the ground, was he already bleeding?
Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure I have all the details for this. And before, did you notice when the girl in the yellow pushed him to the ground, was he already bleeding? Or did he start bleeding when...
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I was looking down until I heard this kid screaming, and then I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Got it.
Did she take any pictures or video?
Do you have any pictures or videos or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I was on the phone with 911.
Okay. I think that's it. Well, I appreciate all your
Well,
help.
hopefully they're okay.
They're fine.
Yeah, everybody's fine.
Okay.
And then I have a report number for you if you want to reference it.
Did you leave it in the voicemail?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then I have it.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Bye.